Being weak is nothing to be ashamed of. Staying weak is. In my last Dragon Ball Super video, I discussed some of the lessons that I learned from going to the gym these past few years, and some viewers expressed a sentiment that made me a bit sad. While some of you saw the video as inspiring and motivational, some viewers expressed that the lessons were above them, unattainable. If you watch my videos, then you're most likely a fan of anime, shonen anime specifically. One of the reasons I love shonen anime is because of this overarching theme they all share that centers them in a sort of self-improvement space. Even the silliest and most childish of shonen anime focuses on this philosophy of overcoming all life's challenges by simply improving yourself. If you at all believe that you are not where you want to be or that you are not the person you want to be, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being able to identify the potential for progress. The problem instead lies in a refusal to do anything productive with that insight. You'll laugh at your fears when you find out who you are. A long time ago, I had a good friend of mine explain his personal philosophy of unlimited potential. He's a youth pastor at a church in my hometown who preaches to troubled teens about the abilities he believes we are all born with, but some never fully take advantage of. Each and every one of us is born with the ability for unlimited potential and the opportunity to become our idealized selves. Unfortunately, most people don't embrace this gift that we are all given at birth, and those people are the ones who always fall short of their goals. But once you realize the gift you were given, begin to practice it each and every day, you will soon be so far from the person you once were that the life you previously viewed as challenging will be nothing but a memory. Additionally, you will hopefully find new, harder challenges and larger goals to strive for. Even the mightiest of warriors experience fear. There's a couple things to be said about this quote in particular. Partly, the idea that your anxieties and panic are felt by many other people in your situation, including your heroes and mentors, but also that the fear is a good thing. A long time ago, when I was being given more and more responsibility in my professional life, I was starting to get scared that I couldn't handle the life I had worked so hard to build for myself. Despite feeling like I deserved it, I became more and more anxious that I was setting myself up for failure. I almost turned down a promotion, and I almost turned down a higher paying position at another company that was trying to pinch me from the firm that I was working at the time. More than anything, I didn't want to let other people down. Even to this day, I find myself hesitant to accept praise for my work and to take on new challenges because I don't want to disappoint the people I love and respect. I only had the courage to go through with both of those previously mentioned opportunities and the future ones that I will one day have because at the beginning of my career, I had a mentor confide in me. She asked me, of all people, if she really deserved her position as the director of the department. The details of the conversation aren't important. What is important is that this was a real thing that I promised you happened, and this mentor of mine had been in her position for almost 10 years, with the company for more than 20, and was promoted by the CEO herself. Before that conversation, I had this fear that I was just faking all my success, and that each failure I experienced was proof of my incompetence. I fully believed that I was where I was at by accident and that I wasn't meant for anything more. But if I kept up the act long enough, I could stay where I was for the rest of my life. You probably experience these same fears and anxieties of being inadequate and undeserving of all the good things that have come to you. Or maybe you feel that you're undeserving of your idealized self. Everyone around you has felt these same fears at some point, including the people that you respect the most. Additionally, these fears are good for you. They can be the driving force behind striving for progress, or at least the ignition to kickstart you down a new path of improvement. A lot of my personal growth has come from that place of fear. Just feeling it means that you care about what you have and what you're working towards. It can also be used as the guiding light that points you towards your next steps. My fear of being inadequate is what led me down a path of self-improvement. My fear of not deserving the love from my girlfriend, now wife, led me to be a more proactive, emotionally invested partner. And my fear of one day looking back and having regrets is what led me to finally start this YouTube channel. If you feel this fear, just know that it's good. I believe some of the most successful people all experience that exact feeling at some point or another. If I die trying, at least I tried. There's no shame in falling down. One of the reasons people never take the step forward is fear of failure, but failing is the quickest way to learn. You'll learn more from your failures than you ever will from success, and you can't expect to be successful all of the time. A knight in shining armor has never truly had his mettle tested, and constant success is nothing to brag about because it means you never really tried. If you're not failing, you're not putting in effort, and effort will always outweigh greatly whatever innate talent led you to the success that you have. If you are successful consistently, you will hit a ceiling that your talent and natural abilities won't let you surpass, because growth only lies beyond consistently pushing yourself. Talent and natural ability will always be surpassed by hard, consistent efforts, and failing is a sign of that effort being put forward. I do not fear this new challenge, but rather, like a true warrior, I will rise to meet it. Being able to accept the possibility of failure is a form of courage, and knowing that failure will always bring you closer to your goals is wisdom. No matter how many times you fall down, you can always get back up, and if you keep getting back up, you will always meet your goals. Never be afraid to take on a new challenge just because of the possibility of failure. You can always rise to the challenge if you keep getting back up. Really quick, before we continue with the video, I just want to thank everyone who has subscribed to the channel so far. We're almost at 200 subs. We should be at 200 subs, I think, a little bit after we upload this video if we keep growing at the same pace. But also, I wanted to mention that I've noticed a lot of you who are watching my videos continuously over time are actually not subscribed to the channel. If you're someone who has watched multiples of my videos and is still not subscribed, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. It helps out the channel, it helps me grow and get closer to monetization so that I can hopefully begin buying more and more TCGs to expand upon this channel. And then be sure to hit that notification bell so that way you're notified of when a new video comes out. I know the notification bell helps a lot of my subscribers because a lot of us really only subscribe for particular reasons. Why do I say us like I'm subscribed to my channel? Well, I guess I am subscribed to my channel. Anyway, the point is, we do a lot of TCGs here. I know some of you have only subscribed for the Dragon Ball, and some of you have only subscribed for the MetaZoo, and some of you have only subscribed for the Digimon. So if you hit the notification bell, you don't have to continually come back to the channel. You can just know when I upload a new video, and you can come here to see if it's one of the ones that you want to watch. Additionally, if you have any interest, like passing interest in these other TCGs, go check them out. We also uploaded the first Pokemon video to the channel not too long ago. We're looking to probably do some other stuff. I don't know why I keep saying we. It's only me. It's only me that works on this channel. But you know what? It is our channel. This is our channel. This is your channel just as much as mine. I'm not going to give you the password, and you can't upload your own videos. But it's our channel. My success is your success, and by that I mean, you know. Again, you can't log into the channel and you can't upload videos, but it's definitely just as much yours as it is mine. So anyway, thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed. And also thanks to everyone who's shown support for this new video format. I was kind of hesitant to do this at first, but there was so much positivity surrounding the last couple of videos that I put out like this. It was just something that I wanted to do on a whim, and you guys loved it, and I loved it too. One of the big reasons that I started this channel and took it in the direction that it's been going as a way to be kind of like calming and relaxing is because I really did want this channel to be something positive. I wanted it to spread positivity, I guess, in a sense. This is, if you're not catching on right now, the unscripted part of the video. But I didn't like write all this down. I'm just kind of like talking off the top of my head. But the point is, I really wanted this to be something that wasn't like most YouTube channels that I see, discussing drama and current events and getting into what I see as like pointless internet arguments, but rather just a place that people can go to escape that. I mean, that's what I do with trading cards. When I buy a new booster box to open it, it's kind of like my time away from everything else. I've always found it kind of like calming and relaxing to just open the packs. I think it's because it's like a menial, repetitive activity, but regardless, I I really want this channel to kind of like emulate those positive vibes that I get when taking part in my hobby. So anyway, again, just if you like the videos, be sure to go ahead and like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And also go ahead and just leave a comment down below. If you stay to the end of the video, I actually kind of have like a comment prompt that I would really love for you guys to answer down in the comment section. So definitely keep watching, stay tuned for that. Don't skip around the video like I know people do. I see the analytics. But also, you know, I'm not your dad. I can't tell you what to do. You can just skip around if you want. You know, if you just want to skip to the end of the video to see the sort of like audience participation portion, that'd be great, as long as you participate. So anyway, let's get back to these inspirational, motivational anime quotes that have really gotten me through some tough times in my life. Arrogance destroys the footholds of victory. Pride in your abilities is a good thing to have, and you should always acknowledge the things that you do well. You should also, though, be mindful to respect the struggles that you are experiencing and the obstacles in your way. Underestimating the required work of your goals will only ever set you up for failure, and you'll find that you can't anticipate the hurdles you'll need to overcome in order to seize your accomplishments. In the gym, we refer to this as staying humble. In football, my coach referred to this as never underestimating your opponent. And in the boardroom, my CEO always referred to this as simply being prepared. Pride comes before the fall. Everyone who begins to just accept success as a part of their life will one day stop seeing success altogether. To win, you have to want something. I, unfortunately, know too many people who have no goals. If that's what makes you happy, then to each their own. But I don't think many people can find happiness in complacency. Certainly not me, and I doubt you can either. It doesn't matter if it's a promotion at work, a new PR at the gym, a better kill-to-death ratio in the gaming space, or whatever. Goals are important to have when you're looking to become a smarter, stronger, more capable version of yourself tomorrow than you were yesterday. Things like strength and self-improvement don't come from a place of desire. Growth comes from a place of need and necessity, and you'll never need to grow or become better if you have no reason to. I talked about hitting my own personal rock bottom in my last Dragon Ball Super video, and I'd like to use this conversation as an opportunity to clarify something. Hitting that rock bottom isn't what made me a better person or led to my growth. It may have created the need I'm discussing right now, but more importantly was my willingness to accept and acknowledge the situation. My admittance of being in a horrible situation, I think, is what led to my desire for something better, and in turn, that desire manifested in the day-to-day steps that I took to become someone who could accomplish the things that got me to where I am today. I finally have a stable life, a career I am passionate about, a wife who loves and supports me, and I'm in a place where I can say that I am truly happy and fulfilled. But I first needed to realize that I wasn't happy and fulfilled, and then I needed to figure out what those two things meant to me. They can be different for everyone. Find yours, accept that you don't have it, and determine what is necessary to get there. Once you know your next steps, all you have to do is take them. But if there's nothing to strive for, then there are no steps to take. And if there are no steps that will move you forward, then you'll stay where you are. You'll never win if there isn't at least one thing that you want. Wanting to do it and being suitable for it are two different things. This one hurt to hear, and it hurt even more to accept. The unfortunate truth that some people refuse to acknowledge is that simply wanting something isn't enough to actually accomplish things. You have to be qualified. It'd be great if, when we decided to be astronauts or superheroes or big beefcakes that can bench 300 pounds, that all of those things just happened, but they don't. You can't just get the things that you want before first taking the necessary steps towards seizing those desires. You can't just be someone who wants what you want. You also have to be the person deserving of it, and that person is the one who worked towards that goal or desire. If there's something you don't have right now, it's likely because you're not taking the necessary steps towards that goal. Hitting a new PR at the gym, getting promoted at work, fitting into last year's skinny jeans, pivoting into a new industry because you're not happy with your current job. These are things that don't just happen on their own. They require your participation. Constant effort is life's greatest shortcut. It doesn't sound like the easy way out, but it is. Dedicating as much time and energy as possible to accomplishing your goals will always help you get there more quickly. It sounds like a no-brainer, but really think about it. How many people do you know that actually do this? Personally, I don't know many. As much as I love them all, I have many friends and family who claim to want certain things, but then only appear to put in the bare minimum time and effort. They constantly complain about not getting anywhere or not accomplishing things quickly enough. But my friends, family, and coworkers who put in just a little bit more time and effort always end up accomplishing things more quickly. Small disclaimer though, this does come with a small disclaimer. That's not to say that you should be sacrificing everything for your goals. You know, downtime is just as important as the time you spend being productive, and your whole life shouldn't revolve around one or two goals tied to that productivity. We don't worship the rise and grind culture on this channel, but we also don't accept mediocrity and complacency. Life is all about balance, and success, health, and happiness reflects that balance. It almost directly equates to it. Push through the pain. Giving up hurts more. Even if things are hard, nothing will be as hard as living with regret. Looking back and realizing that you could have accomplished something had you just kept trying is a pain that never goes away, because time is linear, and once it's spent, you will never get it back. You'll never have a second chance at the life you deserve now, only to begin again at creating that life for the future. Another tomorrow that you will always wish had instead been today. No matter how painful the sacrifice may be, pain is always temporary, and there will come a day very soon after that you don't remember what the pain felt like. But failure is forever, and failure is even more painful when you have to realize that you brought it upon yourself by giving up. There are so many things in life that we can accomplish if we do something as simple as continually move forward. I had a personal trainer that said showing up is the hardest part, and many people stop doing that. It's the most common difference between those who meet their goals and those who don't. No matter the sacrifice, no matter the pain, no matter the time and effort, just keep moving forward. Keep getting up and keep showing up. You'll accomplish more that way. Okay, so these next few I'm going to go off script for, because this is more me projecting, and also I don't think my interpretation of them is like law, like it's 100% necessary to sort of design your life around them. But the first one that, again, I feel like is just me projecting is laziness is the mother of all bad habits, from Shikamaru. Shikamaru said this, and I just, you know, when looking back on my life a long time ago, I mentioned this in my old Dragon Ball Super video. The entire reason that I started going to the gym in my early 20s is because I realized that I lacked dedication. And I think that lack of dedication really comes from this desire that I have to be complacent, to kind of like just get by, to just do good enough so that I don't need to do anything else. And going to the gym, you know, this is not something that I put in my last Dragon Ball Super video, but going to the gym is kind of like what helped me realize that there really is no such thing as good enough, while simultaneously having everything that you want, right? Like, good enough is never really good enough if there's something that you want to accomplish. And I don't know, I guess I kind of interpret that part of myself as lazy, and it's my devil. He is always on my back. I am having to consistently remind myself that there are these things that I want, there are these accomplishments that I need to have, and I'm always having to like force myself to stay dedicated. But like I mentioned in that last video, this, you know, going to the gym every day is this way to prove to myself that it is possible. I've been doing this for 10 years, so I can do it again tomorrow, or I can do it again next week. I can be as consistent with all of these other aspects of my life, all these other things that are required of me. I can be as consistent with them as I am with the gym, and you can too. The other thing that I kind of wanted to project is a quote from Kakashi. Okay, this one isn't really projecting. This is more just like, I think the reason I'm going off script for these is because I don't want anyone to assume that like I'm talking about them specifically. Like, I hate motivational speakers and fitness influencers who are like, you don't have what you want because you're lazy. And it's like, life is more complicated than that. It's really not that simple, right? So the whole Shikamaru quote, I love it as much as I love it. I feel like it's only for very specific people, and I am not qualified to determine whether or not you are that specific person. And it's the same with this quote from Kakashi when he said, "Those who don't have many abilities tend to complain more." It's a lot to unpack for me. I did try writing this one down. I did try like making a script for it, but nothing like came out right. It all came out as like some self-righteous BS of like every time I wrote something down, it sounded like I was saying I'm better than you, and that's not what I'm doing. Because again, this is more like projecting. I have found that personally in my life, I have less complaints about the things that I do well. And these things that I do well now are things that I didn't do well in the past. So like for instance, I used to, and this is true, this is a real story, I used to complain and accuse my my managers at the previous company that I worked for. I accused them of setting me up for failure. And I accused them of that because I felt like I was constantly getting written up for not meeting deadlines. That was a real thing. I was getting called into HR, and there was one time they actually made me sign a contract that they referred to as a last chance agreement, in which if I got one more write-up for missing a deadline, I was going to be fired. And, you know, I would go home and I would have my beers and I would complain to my friends about how like, oh man, this place is BS. I hate what I have to put up with here. And I don't really know what happened, you know, as I look back and reflect on it. But at some point, I kind of like came to the realization, I was like, oh, it is possible to accomplish all this work. I just suck at managing my time. And I know now that that is true because I didn't get fired and I met all of my deadlines after that realization. I think it came from, I had a mentor who was like really, she was really old school in the way that she did things. One of the old school things that she did was use an actual like physical day planner, like pen and paper. And she had always asked, like, you know, maybe you should try doing this. And I was like, no. I was like 22 at the time. I was like, no, that's what old people do. But holy crap, I had to sign a last chance agreement. So I was like, well, we might as well give it a shot. And oh man, it worked. And it didn't work because it was a physical day planner. It worked because I was actually now spending like 30 minutes a day before work and 30 minutes a day after work to go through all of the deadlines when they were due by, like, to just have that space in my day to see like, oh, these are all the things I need to accomplish, and these are all of the times and dates that I need to accomplish them by. And it really helped me to kind of like see that I was my own worst enemy in this particular case. I was sabotaging myself by not being able to give these projects and these things the time that they deserved. And so again, I don't want to like, you know, throw that Kakashi quote out there, that Shikamaru quote out there, because I feel like it's projecting, and they are really only for specific people. So like in Kakashi's instance, it was for me. I was complaining that I wasn't getting by at work and I was going to get fired, and then I came to find out that it's because I actually did not have the ability to properly manage my time, and that was on me. So you know, maybe just something to kind of reflect on. And then the last one that I want to leave you with is from my boy Kuwabara. When real men do what they need, it's not always what they want. That is something that I apply to my life every day. So anyway, yeah, that's it. That's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Oh, and audience prompt. Yeah, be sure, let me know where you're at in life right now down in the comment section. Let me know what your current goals are. I would love to hear. I might not be able to help, but I would really like to know what it is that you guys are striving for these days. So be sure to let me know down in the comments, and I'll catch you next time. Bye, guys.